Good evening, folks. My name's Mike Laureanno, and welcome to Dinner Time, Fall River's cable access show, every Friday at 6 p.m. Tune in on Channel 95. I'm going to play you a short set of songs that I wrote that are based loosely on Fall River and my experience there, where I grew up. Hope you enjoy. From Fall River, a tired old mill town. Lizzie Borden lived here, we don't mess around. I come from Fall River, I have something to prove. Knock this chip off my shoulder, it's the heaviest thing to move. When you're born in my town, you push a boulder uphill. You do hard time on the assembly line. Though some escape, some never will. Oh, I come from Fall River, I'm half Portuguese, half French. Wheat, chorizo, and meat pies. Grew up in tenements. When you live in my town, at breakfast you talk about lunch, and at lunch you talk about supper. We're never full enough. Oh, I come from Fall River, we cut down all our trees, we buried our falling river, built a highway but no one leaves. When you work in my town, you take pride in your pain. Your mother works the graveyard shift and hopes that you will one day break the chain. Oh, I come from Fall River, my blood is in that ground. Though I dream of greener pastures, I'll die in my mill town. Yeah, I come from Fall River, and matter of fact, here's a picture of the falling river. There's a picture right there of the falling river. I'll put it a little closer so you can see it. And that's the Quickwashan River before they buried it in 1960s. When they put the highway over, where the city hall is, they buried parts of the Quickwashan River. But anyway, I come from the south end of Fall River, the Portuguese section. And you're in the south end of Fall River when on every front lawn there's that lovely tribute to the Virgin Mary. Of course, I'm talking about the Mary on the half shell. You know what that is, right? It's a clawfoot bathtub painted a lovely shade of powder blue on the inside, buried halfway in the ground on its end, with a statue of the Virgin Mary inside with her arms held out, as if to say, "Why me?" And of course, if one are good, two are better. My grandmother had two of these on her front lawn, 10 feet apart, facing one another. Dueling Marys. So this goes out to all the dueling Marys in the South End. Two Hail Marys, one Our Father. Stained glass secret, silver sweat of power, disinfection, holy water, hosts of ghosts swallowed every hour, but chilled into sea. Say a prayer for me, Maria, Maria, Maria. Lady at the gate, take us in the back way, full of mercy, full of grace, Maria. Blue Madonna, handmaiden, in the cloak, the hallowed weakling, in Constantinople on their sails, no cross deserter, she prevails, but chilled into sea. Say a prayer for me, Maria, Maria, Maria. Lady at the gate, take us in the back way, full of mercy, full of grace, Maria. May I kiss your feet? How did you win? You play so hard to get. Mamma mia, avo, rosary beads rattle, soft and low. The temple veil is falling down. Can't go to Father, fear the Son, but children to see. Say a prayer for me, Maria, Maria, Maria. Lady at the gate, take us in the back way, full of mercy, full of grace, Maria. Two Hail Marys, one Our Father. I sing this song now for all the good mothers out there. I'm sure there are plenty of them. Mother's Day was just a week ago. I wrote this from my mom a while ago. Looking in the mirror is the hardest thing to do, but not for you, Mama, not for you. tugging on your apron. Your babies always knew they could count on you, could count on you. I can still remember how you rose every night to work the graveyard shift, then fry our eggs and smile. But looking in the mirror is easy for you to do, 'cause you are true through and through. In Salvation Army clothes you dressed us up, we had enough, we had enough. Stacking all your pennies in little rows of trust you saved for us, you saved for us. I recall the noise of the factory assembly line. It took away your hearing a little at a time. But looking in the mirror is easy for you to do, 'cause you are true through and through. You are true through and through. So I'm going to sing you another song I wrote for a dear friend of mine named Michael Troy. Michael Troy was Fall River's finest poet and songwriter. If you've never heard of him, go on Google and Google his name, Michael Troy, T-R-O-Y. And his stage name was Michael Troy because Fall River in 1803 or 4, Fall River changed its name from Fall River to Troy. And then they changed it back 30 years later to Fall River. Anyway, Michael Troy passed away in 2015, in November. But earlier that fall, in September, he gave me a call and he said, let's go for a ride in my old car. I have this old Chevrolet. So that's where this song starts off, and we ended up taking a ride down the 7 hills of Fall River, down the President Avenue. I said a prayer for my friend, he's hanging tough. He always said, keep the faith, and it served him well enough. We'll take one more ride in my 50 Chevrolet. Go back in time before the light begins to fade. He greets me with a bear hug, his hair is thin. Though he's lost his lion's mane, he's still a king. The old Chevy groans, but she won't let us down. I ask him where he wants to go. He says, our hometown. Now we're rolling along down these Fall River hills. He and the Chevy holding on still. Hard knocks and granite blocks blocks and these tired old mills we called home. The car's got no seatbelts, it don't matter to him. There's worse ways to die, he says, then he laughs like a fisherman. When life threw a punch, he knew what to do. He just kept on casting his hope into the blue. There's a push-button radio at his knee. The tubes hum, we sing along to a song from '63. Is this the 4th of July? Are we in a parade? Is this the last time we get to feel this way? And we're rolling along down these Fall River hills. He and the Chevy holding on still. Hard knocks and granite blocks and these tired old mills we call home. There's pride in the name for the town you were born. You can't rip the roots out of what's bred in the bone. In 1804, our city was called Troy. You can't take the Fall River out of the boy. All those cliches and sympathy cards, holding back the tears, trying so hard to find a way to say goodbye to you. Guys from our hood, don't cry, that ain't true. Now you're rolling along down these Fall River hills. You and the Chevy, forever still. Hard knocks and granite blocks in these tired old mills you called home. Oh, you are home. Yeah, Michael Troy. Definitely take a look on the web for you. So my great-great-grandfather, Manuel Laureanno, he was a whaler in the Azores, which is a common occupation for men back in the mid-1800s. And he went on a 5-year whaling voyage from New Bedford to East Africa. Try imagining that for a moment. 33 guys trapped on a small boat for 5 years. What could go wrong? A whale was the least of their worries. And I did some research at the Whaling Museum in New Bedford, and I discovered the ship's manifest that has all the crew members, all 33 of them, with the captain at the top of the list, of course. And somewhere in the middle of the pack was my great-great-grandfather. He was a seaman. And then at the very bottom of the barrel, so to speak, was a guy that they called, I should say, the Green Hand, or as we know it, Greenhorn. So this was the guy who was on his first maiden voyage, and he had to learn all the ropes, so to speak. So this is called Heave Away. said a prayer for his vessel, for the men in the crew. Manuel was a seaman. He couldn't write or read, but he learned some English from the green hand who sang the shanty. Heave away for the oil and the bone. Heave away for the rum and the women back home. From the port of New Bedford all the way to Zanzibar, Manuel taught the green hand the rope, the rigging, and the spar. How to row, how to sail, tie a knot tight and strong. In return, the green hand played his old accordion. Heave away for the oil and the bone. Heave away for the rum and the women back home. 100 feet above the deck, the lookout cry, there she blows. Manuel and the green hand side by side began to row. 18 men against the odds, 50-ton Leviathan. Just one line in the captain's log, the whale killed the green hand. Heave away for the oil and the bone. Heave away for the rum and the women back home. In the Seaman's Bethel in 1842, he said a prayer for his vessel, for the green hand he knew. That was a whale of a tale, huh? I'm going to do one more song. I'd like to thank you all again for listening here on Channel 95 Local Fall River Cable Access. Every Friday, 6 o'clock, dinner time. You get to listen to someone play you some songs like this. So that was a song about my great-great-grandfather. I'll sing you one about my grandfather. We should just prune the entire family tree during this episode. So my grandfather, like most men during the Great Depression in the 30s, was out of work for a while. But he finally got a job working for the WPA, the Works Progress Administration, building roads and bridges. And he was forever grateful. And I remember as a little boy driving around in his beat-up 51 Chevy pickup truck through the streets of Fall River, and he was really so proud to show me the various sidewalks that he helped build and press into the wet cement, that bronze plaque that says built by the WPA in 1933. And he always told me that all work was honorable. It didn't matter if
if the pay was peanuts, and that a dirty shirt was honest work. So this song is called Dig a Little Deeper, and it goes out to all those folks who struggled back in those times. And again, thank you for listening. My name again is Mike Laureanno, and I hope to see you around sometime. Bye-bye. I have to dig a little deeper into the guitar. There we go. When I think of my old granddad and the cotton mills as a boy, a 12-hour day at a lunch pail wage in torn overalls, I can still hear him say, God bless the WPA. A dirty shirt is honest work, it's not about the pay. When times get tough, dig a little deeper. Never give up, dig a little deeper. Grandma cooked alone, her cupboard bare to the bone. She could still make soup from whatever she found and make it smell like home. Her firstborn nearly died, just granddad by her side. With weathered hands, the working man delivered his son alive. When times get tough, dig a little deeper. Never give up, dig a little deeper. Granddad shoveled at dawn, building bridges and roads for a song. He moved a mountain of stone to feed 8 kids at home. I wanna be that strong. When times get tough, dig a little deeper. Never give up, dig a little deeper. When times get tough, dig a little deeper. Never give up, dig a little deeper. Thank you guys.